Very good morning, Aman. Am I visible and audible to all of you? A very good morning, and I hope I'm reaching out to you. Everyone must be doing well. A very good morning, Sajil, Ankit, Shivangi, everyone. A very good morning. And okay, that's great that my voice is reaching out to you. A very good morning, Hemant. So yesterday, the comment section was not working, and I wasn't even aware how it went. I'm doing great, Ankit. So I hope at least you have learned how to progress with the questions. Because many a times it feels like, when everyone tells that it's writing this way or that way, but until and unless you have seen that thing, many a times it becomes difficult to try writing. Okay, Divam, today for economics question, maybe I'll take some other writing session and I'll deal with that. A very good morning, Ravi. Today there is another webinar, but it is for geography optional students only. And for answer writing, of course, I'll do my bit and I'll try to make sure that you guys understand how to deal with economics as well. Okay, Mohit, maybe if time permits, some other day we'll talk about how to approach the confusion, this conclusion, so that you are not confused. So, because I have to complete your course as well, and a very good morning, Pratyus. So, I'll directly focus on this thing, your lecture part. So, we'll be taking care of a very good morning, Subham. Yes, Devam, today we have the optional webinar. You can join that. All of you, at least you'll learn something. Good morning, Amit. A very good morning. So let us start with the important things related to international relations, which is more important at this point in time. And we'll be talking about some other aspects of answer writing later. Yeah, very good morning, Amit. I hope all of you are healthy and well. So now we have dealt with most of the nations. We have dealt with almost, we have touched all the nations which are important and which are going to stay important in the near future as well. But one important part of international relations is the relationship with some of the groupings. And if we look at the groupings or some of the blocks or maybe some of the organization, United Nations happens to be the most important one. So today, I'll be starting with United Nations so that if a question arises, if a question comes, you'll feel it easy and you can deal with. So let me start with United Nations. This is an organization which has taken the responsibility, right? It is involved in many of the sectors. A very good morning, Mani. And if we talk about the genesis of these institutions, after the First World War, there was a feeling that if there is no organization which tries to act as intermediary between the nations, then wars will keep on happening. But the idea was nascent, the trust factor was not there. Even then, the world some of the important nations of the world at that point in time came together and created the League of Nations. Okay, very good morning, Asu. I'm doing well. You can see I'm healthy and fine. So, the League of Nations was meant to take care of the peace of the world, peace so that nations can come together and maintain peace. League of Nations. Okay? But this institution failed to take care of the needs, and there was no democratic way to engage. So most of the nations did not give heed to what League of Nations had to say. Amit, you need to check your maybe setting. Is everybody finding my voice clear and audible? So if it is clear, then we'll continue. तो देखते हैं कि क्या दिक्कत हो रही है. So I'll have to check. But as far as I can see, the things appears fine. Yeah, Dhananjay has responded, even Ravi, that the voice is okay. Asu said so. So Amit, please check. Yeah, everybody said that's fine. So Amit, you need to check this thing. Okay, 1920, we have League of Nations. Okay. So if we talk about its failure, of course we know it failed to play a dominant role. It failed to play a dominant role, and World War II happened. So the purpose of League of Nations was defeated. The volume issue is with some more people, I guess. Okay, so let me check what can be done, and then we'll start with the things. Saksham, you are like Ankit, and most of the people are like fine. Saksham, you had problem with the volume earlier as well, so I want you to check, but at least I am checking what's going on. Everything seems fine here. As far as I can see, it appears that things are like going on well. And okay, the voice is fine. There is not much I can do about it. Probably the technical issues that were plaguing the thing still are acting. Like yesterday I was not in a position to see any of your comments. So today it is resolved. But the volume thing is again playing havoc. So some of you are complaining. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can do anything about it. But let's see. Give me a second. So absolutely fine, as far as I can see. Uh, is it fine now? Sazil, can you respond? Maybe Amit? Is it okay now? The volume. The volume is okay, right? And most of you are telling me that the volume is good. So no problem with the volume, everybody is responding. So let's not waste our time on this thing anymore. Okay, Divam, thanks for responding. At least many of you have written, and it makes things pretty easy for me to continue. And some of those who are finding it difficult, please try to check your setup. So I was talking about the League of Nations. And this League of Nations failed to evade the World War II. So again, the countries of the world decided that there is a need of some other institution which can take care of the peace process of the world. And so some of the nations came together. Okay? In 1945, some of the countries took the lead and invited as many as 50 countries to attend a conference which culminated into the San Francisco Agreement. The San Francisco Agreement of 1945, okay, gave way to creation of United Nations. Okay. So as many as 50 countries were part of it, and especially the countries which were very, very active, where of course you know them, the United States, United Kingdom, France, China, and erstwhile USSR. So USA, UK, China, France, USSR, along with 50 other countries, signed the agreement. And since then, it has tried. A very good morning, Yati. In League of Nations as well, these countries were only involved, especially the powers who were fighting. There we had UK, Britain, okay? We had Germany. It was a very active member, but at that point in time also, it was the one which has created all the troubles, though it was part of the dialogue process, but when it culminated, it was the only country which was not heeding to what other countries had to say. And because of Germany only, Second World War happened. Okay. So today we know that we have 193 countries as member of this grouping. So if we talk about today, there are 193 members and 2 observers. So the members are those people, those states, those countries who have full access to all the meetings and documents of the United Nations, and they participate in most of the activities. So let's see what is the difference between a member and observer. Okay. So there are 193 members and 2 observers, that is Holy See and Palestine. And I'll explain these things, just have some patience. The members are those who have access to all the meetings and related documentation of United Nations. These states, these members can also vote. Members can also vote on important matters, and can pass resolutions, and they can also pass resolutions. Okay. So they have a lot of rights. They can raise a issue, they can pass a resolution, means they can come up with a resolution that is important as per them, and rest of the members can vote if they are supporting the resolution or not. But when we talk about the observer states, observers, okay, basically they do not have right to vote. They have access to some of the meetings. In fact, they can access most of the meetings, and they can get the documents as well. But not all, most. They can attend most meetings, not all. The member states can bar them. So most meeting, not all. And can have access to documents of the meeting which they can attend. Okay? Access to documents as well. But no right to vote, and can't pass any resolution. So basically, they are not recognized by all the members. So they are. हाँ सुमन, आज की क्लास यूनाइटेड नेशन से ही स्टार्ट हुई है. अभी हमने क्या है कि बस मेंबर और ऑब्जर्वर के बारे में बात की है कि क्या होते हैं 193 इन नंबर्स. तो let's see the observer. Okay, तो ये difference है. If maybe there can be a question in prelims ki what is member state and what is observer state, what is allowed, what is disallowed, then if you know this thing, you can easily do that thing. Now we said that there are two observers. Okay, one is a state that is Palestine, which has not been recognized by many countries of the United Nations, and other is the See of Rome, or we call it as Holy See. Okay, so two observers Holy See and Palestine. So Palestine, of course, you know, but many of you might not be aware about this Holy See, what it is. And it is, in fact, very interesting that Proteus, to become a permanent member, a country has to be recognized by most of the nations of United Nations as per the requirement, and they have to be voted in favor of being recognized as a country, right? So Holy See we were talking about, this is also called as See of Rome. The other name is See of Rome. So I was talking about one important aspect, that the members need not be some geographical area. The members of United Nations can be some of the institutions as well. See of Rome is basically a construct, a idea that is related to church. This is all the areas under the influence of church. Basically, Catholic Church, headed by Pope, with its headquarters at Vatican City. Okay, so basically these are a group of church that directly are influenced by the Pope. Okay, these include religious institutions only. Yeah, it is document. Probably mistakenly I have written E. This is document. Okay, so these are areas, and this information is like many of you don't know, and not many people tell you. But this is See of Rome is basically a group which is controlled by group of churches and institutions, religious institution, controlled by the Vatican. So this is also given a member status. Okay, so you need to know this. Now we all know that your United Nations headquarters is in New York City. Headquarters of UN. Yeah, Devam, we'll be discussing about its organs. They were principally 6 in number, but one has been done away with. So we'll be talking about 5 of them. I'm coming to it. Don't be in haste. Okay? And they have created offices at many places as well, like Geneva, Nairobi, Vienna, and Hague. Geneva, Nairobi, and Hague. Such information is only to inform you. Chances are very slim that UPSC will talk about regional offices of United Nations. But you need to know, maybe some of you are appearing from state services as well. So some of the state services, of course, can ask these questions. Okay? And now if we talk about the primary purpose of United Nations, the primary purposes, primary focus of United Nations. So like I said, it could not stop World War. So League of Nations could not stop World War. So the most basic purpose of this institution is to maintain peace and security. To maintain global peace and security. This is the most basic purpose of this institution. Okay? And it also intends to develop friendly relations on the principle of self-determination of all the countries. It also wants to develop friendly relations among member countries. By respecting the principle of self-determination of the members. There should be a friendly relation, and everybody has to recognize that each and every country is sovereign. It is them to decide how they'll be dealing with their own people, how they'll be dealing with their economies, how they will take care of the relations with other countries, right? So a feeling of mutual respect is important. Each country should respect the other country. Okay? So creating mutual respect among members